Hey guys, welcome to Black Friday, or shall I say Black Saturday. My apologies for getting this video out to you, but it's been a little bit busy lately for me, and I was just stuck traveling about 7.5 hours. I'm here. I'm still going to get this done for you guys. I really wanted to get this video done for you because it is about Black Ops 2 and all about sniping. So please enjoy this quick sniping free-for-all round that I had. Right off the bat, I am not an optic player whatsoever. I've attempted to learn some quickscoping techniques. I first learned how to, zoom in on people. Every now and then I can get a nice shot off, but learning from Hutch back in the day on how to own a free-for-all round with quickscoping, yeah, most of my shots are pretty lucky. Anyways, I fast-forwarded some of the areas here where, well, one of my biggest issues with Black Ops being that the maps just feel too big. So I fast forwarded all the areas where I really didn't intercept anybody and I just ran around. So let's get back to the topic of sniping. I was just looking over all the stuff that Vanderhard's talked about quickscoping and what to expect. Now, I'm really hoping that he's learned a lot from the last Black Ops release in the fact that, when the original Black Ops was released, he's just basically like, you know what, screw you quickscopers, we're just going to make it impossible. I remember people trying to find different ways of still trying to pull it off. We were using variable zoom on some of the guns at about medium range, and you could still try to pull it off. But video after video started popping up about how bad the sway was and just how much they were screwing with you to try and make sure that quickscoping wasn't possible. And I completely disagreed with that move. There's two things you have to be really careful when you are creating a game that does have a gun where you can kill an enemy in one shot. And I understand Vanderhaar's his cautiousness when he's trying to create a balanced game. He wants to make sure that it's not really easy to quickscope, but that being said, it still takes talent to be a good quickscoper these days, and I just think they just made a bad move at the beginning of Black Ops. So I'm really hoping that they made a good decision. On one of Vanderhaar's tweets, he mentioned that he's met with, some of the world's top quickscopers, some of the world's top sniper guys, and, he wanted to ask their opinion on some of the things. He also got a large group of people that hated quickscopers, people that thought it ruined the game, because, again, it is a one-shot kill most of the time. Now, I do like the adjustments where it does have to be a head or chest shot. That's a good thing, but still, you have to be careful when you're implementing something in the game. And back in Modern Warfare 2, those days, quickscoping was still one of those things that was new-ish, so you didn't see it everywhere. Now that people are getting really good at it, and it's being taught and adopted by a lot of people, yeah, when you want to create a game with great balance, you want to make sure that not every player out there knows how to quickscope, because, well, it just kind of takes the strategy out of the game when everybody's running around with a sniper. Now, that hasn't happened, but I believe this is where Vanderhaar's perspective is coming from. He basically said, I've talked to the world's best snipers, I've talked to the world's most rage-filled people that can't stand the sniper system, and he's trying to meet somewhere in the middle. And I really think they dropped the ball when all of a sudden, in the middle of the Black Ops 2 release window, like when it was out for, I think it was about 4 or 5 months, out of the blue, they just said, you know what, we screwed up, we're going to make some adjustments and make it easier for you to quickscope, or your quickscopers want to make you happy again. And I thought that was a bad move. I thought that they made a mistake on calling out all the quickscopers at the beginning and then adjusting afterwards. Although it was a lot easier to snipe after they made this slight adjustment, I just thought it was lacking in foresight. Like they made a poor business decision when they decided to take such a large group and community completely out of the game to accommodate maybe some new people coming in. And quickscoping's always going to be a part of Call of Duty. It's just one of those things that was invented in the Call of Duty universe. Before that, when I was playing the original, Battlefields back then, there's no such thing as quickscoping. I mean, you can't in Battlefield, but that's just one of those things. And if you completely take it out, there's going to be a lot of hate and a lot of people up in arms. So what I'm looking forward to in the next Black Ops from the Gamescom footage that I've looked at is that the snipers are definitely there. They look like their usual powerful selves, and I know he's still making adjustments, but as long as there isn't some kind of mechanic in the game that screws with you on sway or makes you feel like you're wearing some kind of drunk goggles where what you're aiming at is not truly what you're shooting at, I just hope that they do it right. So there's one kill here that I actually slowed down where I was like, okay, my sights are clearly on the guy, and that was an example of still some sway, or not having your actual reticle, your crosshairs. There's not actually a bullet hole at that location. And I just think if you want to do sniping, you have to do it right. You got to keep it loyal to the franchise and do what's right for the fans. So I think they're doing that. I think they're trying to figure out the best way to bring in fresh new people, but at the same time keep those people that are happy, that have. And it's funny I'm saying this because it sounds ultimately nerdy, but they've trained to become quickscopers. It does take a bit of an investment to attempt to play with nothing but a sniper. And even you can see in this gameplay, I can't pull it off with the win with just using the sniper rifle. Sometimes I just feel like I wouldn't have got that kill if I hadn't busted the gun out. The other thing that I was thinking about was what's going to be the next Call of Duty talent that you're going to need to do well, or what's the next thing that everybody's going to adopt. Because again, quickscoping or getting good at the sniper rifle was definitely a Call of Duty thing for me anyways. It was you haven't been unable to use that same skill in many other games just because of how quick the Call of Duty series plays. And so yeah, my other question is what's it gonna be next? I think I've gotten good at melee and stuff and all those types of things, and I have a pretty good grasp on gun strategies and what to use and what not to use. But it's just one of those things where when you start talking about the Call of Duty series maybe becoming a little stale, are we just going to see a Black Ops release where quick scoping's normal and everything's normal and you don't feel like you're changing the game up too much? Or is it going to be fun again? So I just remember in Modern Warfare 2 days, again, watching Hutch's videos and his little Camp Hutch tutorials, and yeah, I just remember sitting there just like, I can't wait to get back online and test a few of these strategies out. And I used to just be an absolute beast on high rise with the sniper rifle, and I just had a lot of fun with it because it was just either free-for-all after free-for-all or team games where you could rifle off just a ton of kills using those quickscoping strategies. And it was also fun teaching others how to do it. You got a buddy in there who's hoping that he could be better at the sniper rifle, and you can kind of show him how those crosshairs kind of work to your advantage. When back in Modern Warfare 2, you could almost tell if you're going to pull off the quickscope or not even before you shot the gun off. So I just wonder where it's headed and where it's going to be going. And the other thing that I was thinking about is, when I wanted to ask you guys, is does quickscoping belong in games anymore? Do you still feel it's viable? Does it drive you insane? I think there's still a place because, again, it does require some sort of talent. I did appreciate in the Battlefield series that they didn't go with direct hits. They went with bullet drop. It requires a little bit more. However, there's a million things that I think they need to do better. So don't go raging on me for throwing Battlefield into the mix here. But I think, if Call of Duty did all of a sudden introduce bullet drop and those types of things, I think there'd be an uproar because they'd be copying Battlefield. But it's just one of those dynamics where you wonder, when these next consoles come out and there's a new engine out there and things have to be new and innovative and Call of Duty goes to a new engine, what's the next step going to be for them? And I think that's a very rational discussion between the development studios, because I think there's going to be a huge battle there. I cannot wait for the new console rotation. I cannot wait to see what's going to be released with those consoles. And I think, oh yeah, here's the clip where I'm just like, I swear I shot the guy in the head, but apparently I didn't even get a bullet on him. So there's one for Treyarch. Anyways, that happens. I'm sure that's happened to a lot of you guys. Anyways, I can't wait to see where the battle goes, right? They're just going to keep pumping out Battlefield after Battlefield. I'm really hoping they do a hell of a lot better on this next Battlefield than they did in the last one. And it's going to be curious to see how many more Call of Duties they can keep punching out. is a year really a big enough space to keep, you know, popping these titles out, or should they spend a 2 years on a major development that includes a lot more things? But again, it's all about money, so as long as we keep buying it, they're going to keep making it. But I really think everybody moving to a new engine and a new console is going to change things, and yeah, quickscoping might be a thing of the past, and we'll find out what that next talent is. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening to me. Glad I get this video out to you. Don't forget to check out our other episodes of Black Friday. And as always, don't forget to listen to Tell Me I'm Wrong. We keep bringing one of those to you guys every week, and we're really enjoying this series. So please hit that button, and don't forget to subscribe. We'll catch you later.